The power of the American economy lies not in its capital, nor in its ability to adapt to change, but in its power to actually create change. There is no changing the weather, of course, but the rising cost of expenses, the indifference of the next generation, and the economies of scale are all factors that can be in their control, at least to some degree. Here are just a few ways gateway farmers can make the transition to modern agriculture. Small and unpredictable yields have required a new brand of savvy from the farmers. So many of them have created a new role for themselves, the part-time farmer. Many farmers are finding that their agricultural pursuits must be pushed to the back burner while they work their usual 9-to-5 jobs at traditional workplaces like factories or plants. Then their evening hours and weekends are spent running the farm. The part-time farmer is one who does his work out of passion, the way an artist would pursue his painting.
The little farmer, the little 100-acre farmer, he can't make it unless he's got some kind of supplemental income. I mean, he usually has to work at a job at a plant or something, and then he does the farm as a hobby.
Well, basically, you look at the economics, and there's no way on this size operation, particularly with that amount of rented ground, that you can support a family. Some people can if they have cattle. Grain, they're so tight on a per acre basis that there's no way to generate a family income with that amount of acreage.
Part-time farmer, many of them have off-the-farm jobs, and many of them have specialized in supplying local farmers markets.
I put probably an estimate of $4,000 to $5,000 a year out of my pocket into this, growing this produce. If it's a good year, I make $8,000 to $10,000. I work construction in the winter months.
Part-time farmers are making a full-time contribution to America's food chain. A surprising new community has arrived in Mason County that is also changing the labor market as well as the culture. Immigrating from northern to southern Ohio and then crossing the river into West Virginia, the Amish are bringing their unique culture to the region.
Now, the Amish community, if they're not already booked up, they'll come over and help because they understand it and they make a living when they love to work the lands and anything else.
Known for their religious beliefs that forbid modern mechanization and their reputation for clean, smooth craftsmanship and well-kept farms, the Amish have found a place where the agricultural goals are the same as their own. Eschewing automation means that most Amish farms remain small. Now, hex signs mingle with Appalachian quilt patterns, and Amish workers help families who have centuries-old traditions to run their farms in an affordable manner. As economies of scale for small farms grow into greater disparity, what is considered a possible remedy for these small return on crops is the idea of niche farming.
The farming that my father does now is not the farming that his father did, nor the farming that my grandfather did, or my great-grandfather. It consistently has to change, and that's what we have to do now also.
There is a national movement afoot in which Americans are becoming more interested in buying locally grown foods. Niche farms are rising to meet that need.
We have local farmers markets that are popping up everywhere. People clearly want local products more, and we always have to change our form of farming.
One great area of potential for the smaller farms is take the old family diversified farm and grow primarily for local markets. You know, that's one way. The other one is with a specialty. It may be livestock, it may be the produce. Grow primarily for local markets.
Niche farming is seen as the new answer. The concept is in place. Now the farmers need only make the transition.
There's a new term called locavore, which really indicates local products, which can be anything from a radish or sweet corn all the way up to your animal that's produced or your dairy product.
One successful example is the farm of Chuck Talbot, who moved to the region from North Carolina, where he was a college professor. Talbot is raising pigs from Europe and Japan. He feeds the pigs a special diet of acorns. This practice is widely known in Spain, where pigs are fed much the same way to create what is called Iberico ham, a delicacy in Europe.
You know, I've been interested in different diets as a researcher in North Carolina, and certainly the most well-known pork product was the Iberian ham, and so I studied that. We really needed the oak hickory forest to replicate it. This oak hickory stand is probably the Central Forest region probably has some of the best oak hickory stands in the country. In terms of a diet to create this unique flavor in the meat, then it's an optimum region, olive.
After slaughter, the ham goes into a 2-year process of curing. The result is what Talbot calls woodland ham, which sells for 10 times as much as traditional ham.
It's a real specialty. This wasn't available in the United States. Hasn't ever been available, this type of cured ham, because they wouldn't allow it in from Europe.
So far, he has found a market for the woodland ham in major cities like New York and Atlanta, where leading restaurants pay top dollar to be ahead of cuisine's curve.